After owning more than 60 handbags and doing countless declutters, I realized that from my experience, we only really need 5 handbags to cover all of our fashion and lifestyle needs. Now, of course, we can own a little bit more. I own a little bit more, but today I want to go back to the basics and explain, if all of us had to build a collection from scratch, which handbags we should pick, which are essential and why. The first bag we're going to talk about is the everyday bag, because all of us need a good, reliable handbag that we can wear every single day. And when it comes to characteristic of this handbag, there are a few things we have to pay attention to. The first one is the color. When it comes to the everyday bag, we want to go for the color that it's not the most fun, but that it's the most versatile. So I would say some kind of a neutral color. Black, it's a very obvious choice, maybe gray, maybe camel for some people, but you want to pick an everyday bag in a shade that you can wear with most of your outfits without any issues. And then the second point to think about is the size of the bag, because we don't want to have just a versatile color, we also want to have the versatile size. And I think for most people, the most versatile size and shape is a tote bag, because you can put so much stuff in there. It's not too heavy to carry, it's very versatile and very easy to use. But of course you can go even smaller, because I personally prefer smaller bags. They're just easier to carry and they just look a little bit nicer on my frame. So my rule of thumb with an everyday bag would be to think about all of your essentials first, what you want to take with you every single day. But then second, you also want to think about other realistic scenarios of what you want to take with you as well. Maybe if you go to an appointment, you like to take books with you or a notebook, or maybe you need an iPad or even a laptop, something like that. You want to realistically think about other scenarios, because your everyday bag should be able to cover all of those extra scenarios without any issues. And of course, I have to mention here is that if you work in an office and you're carrying loads of heavy stuff with you, laptops, all of that, the everyday bag is usually gonna double as a work bag as well, and that's absolutely fine. And now for my bag of choice, I was debating between this one and then the Polene tote bag, because they're both very lovely, but realistically, if I had to build my collection from scratch, this would be an everyday bag that I would absolutely prefer, because it's just so versatile and I just love it so much. As you can see, it's kind of medium-sized bag, so it's not too small. I can fit my books in here, my sunglasses, my camera. I can fit all of my essentials plus a little bit more. I love the color. It's so versatile because it has all black hardware. I can wear it on my shoulder, I can wear it crossbody, and it's just such a nice handbag. And this one I would definitely buy in a heartbeat, because it just makes me so happy. And I know maybe you're thinking, but what if you need to take your laptop with you? I have a laptop sleeve and I would just carry it separately without any issues. And honestly, for my current lifestyle, I don't really carry my laptop a lot with me anyway, so this bag for me, it's more than enough, because Kindle is the one thing that I truly take with me a lot. Then the second essential bag I think we should all have in our collection is day to night bag, because when you have a cute little bag that you can wear with your casual outfits throughout the day, but you can also double as an evening bag with your fancier outfits, I think that is a winning combination. And like I said before, I think it's an essential bag to have. But again, to help you out, I'm gonna give you some very important characteristics to look out for. The first one is the size of the bag. Obviously, we want to keep the bag as small as possible to really make it appropriate as an evening bag. So what you want to think about is what kind of bag, what kind of size bag can fit all of your essentials, but then nothing more. You don't necessarily need to think about the sunglasses or the book or all of that stuff. You just want to think about the essentials, and that is the perfect size for a day to evening bag. Now, the second thing to look out for is, of course, the color of the bag, because again, we want to have a very versatile color here, something that it's a little bit neutral, that works with most of your casual day outfits, but then also looks amazing with your evening wear. But then you can also go, which it's not really a color group, but you can also think about metallics if you like that look, because I've seen some gorgeous bags that have just a little bit of a metallic sheen that look very appropriate for the day, but then they look amazing in the evening. And now that we're on topic of metallics, we can also talk about the third important thing to look out for, and that is the texture of the the bag. And what you want to think for yourself is how casual or how fancy do you want to go, because the texture is going to make a huge difference. So for example, if we start at the casual end, I would say we have grainy leather, because this is one of the most casual textures you can get. Then if we go a step beyond that, we have smooth leather, which I think it's probably my favorite option for day to evening bag because it works beautifully in both situations. Then if we go even further, we have patent leather, which it's really shiny, but again, I think it looks amazing in both day situations and evening situations. So if that is something you like, obviously think about that. But then all of the other textures, I think it can become really tricky. So if you think about velvet, that it's gonna look very evening appropriate and it's gonna look out of place throughout the days. And then also look out for embellishments. If you have any pearls or crystals, they're not gonna be appropriate for both day and night. If you wanna have something statementy like this, go for statement hardware as opposed to statement pearls or crystals, and it's gonna be amazing. And then the last characteristic that I wanna talk about is the removable strap, because when you remove the strap from the day bag, it's gonna look so much more evening appropriate. It's gonna look a little bit more tiny, a little bit more polished, elegant and cute. So if that is an option, pay attention to that as well. As for my bag of choice, I would go for the Polene Un Nano. Now, as you can see, this one is with grain leather, but they also have the smooth leather option, and both look equally amazing. Like I said, yes, grain leather, it's on casual side, but you can still make it work. And because this one is so cute, it has such a cute shape, I think it perfectly doubles as an evening bag. And yeah, I think this bag is amazing. It also is not too big, not too small, and I can fit all of my essentials in here. Plus, you wouldn't think about that, but it can fit a Kindle inside as well, which is amazing. And then the third essential bag we have to talk about is the backpack, because I have to admit, I got cocky and I decluttered my last backpack last year out of my collection thinking I'm not gonna need one. But since then I learned that when it comes to very specific situations, there is nothing better than a backpack, and we need to have one in our minimalist collection. But I just want to make a note here that when I'm talking about this backpack, I'm talking about a stylish backpack, not a travel backpack or a school backpack or a work backpack even, but something that is almost like a handbag that you can wear with your casual outfits, but also with fancy outfits and even heels. So the reason why I think this is so essential is because we all have situations where we don't want to think about our belongings and we just want to be free. Maybe we're sightseeing for a long time, or just walking for a long time, or riding a bike, or maybe we're shopping and we want to have our hands free. We all have situations where we just don't want to think about our stuff, and in those instances, having a backpack is essential. Now again, I'm gonna break everything down into characteristics, and the first thing we have to talk about is the size, because this is really important. And one mistake that I did in the past is I was thinking that the bigger the better, which I think is a very common misconception, because we're thinking, oh, if I'm buying a backpack, I should get something with a lot of space so I can put my water bottle in there and my jumpers and my books and all of that stuff. But we're not thinking about how heavy that is gonna get. So how I think about this now is that you wanna realistically think about in which kind of scenarios you would need a backpack, and then go for the smallest size possible that will cover that situation to avoid having a really heavy backpack, because that is the reason I decluttered my old backpack. Even though it was stylish, it was cute, most of the time I didn't even fill it up, and at the end of the day it was just too heavy. Especially in the summer, I just hated wearing it, because when it's hot and you're walking and you're sweating, the last thing you want to have is a heavy backpack on your back. And now for the backpack of my choice, you already know which one it is because I only own one but it's this little cutie. As you can see, it's really tiny, it's really small, and that is with intention. What was really important to me is to bring all of my essentials with me, but then also my camera, and I can fit everything inside here without any issues. It has a nice little top handle, it has nice little adjustable straps, even a small little pocket at the front, and as you can see, it's in a neutral color and it's faux leather, so it looks very stylish and very polished and elegant. These are the first 3 handbags done, and I would say that if you want to keep your collection extra minimal, you can stop here, because These bags are going to be enough for all of your lifestyle needs, but like I said in the beginning, we don't just have those, we also have fashion needs. That's why I have 2 more bags that I want to cover. But before I do, I also want to remind you that if you're enjoying this video, that you give it a thumbs up. And also I would love to know what is the smallest number of bags you could realistically see yourself owning without feeling deprived. You can even break it down, which bags and why. I'm just so curious. So if you can, leave me a comment down below. Thank you. And now we're gonna shift our focus from the lifestyle to fashion. And one really important bag I think we should all have in our collection is the monochrome bag. I believe that one of the easiest and cheapest way to look put together, stylish, elegant, all of that, is to wear everything in the same color family, everything monochrome, everything tonal. And that is the reason why I believe we should have a monochrome bag in our collection, because you cannot achieve a full monochrome look without a monochrome bag. The most important criteria here is obviously the color, because you wanna really think through which monochrome outfits you wear the most often, which monochrome outfits make you feel the best, and you wanna get the bag in that kind of color family so you can create that tonal look. Also, I want to say here that don't worry about the shades matching perfectly. They don't need to match at all. You just need to have the same color family, the same color, but then the shades can be completely different, and I think that is what makes an outfit really interesting. And I also want to mention, if you decide to go for a black monochrome bag because you picked other colors for the first 3 essential bags, go for something with a fun texture, because a lot of the time black can look super boring. So if you have everything in kind of the same material, it's gonna look very uninspiring. So go for something a little bit more shiny, or a little bit more polished, or maybe something with embellishment, something that will make it stand out just a little bit more, so you can create that nice contrast with your all black items. And now for my bag of choice, I'm sure you know which one it is, and it's this little baby again from Polene. I just think they should sponsor me at this point, but I love this bag so much. I bought it mainly to wear with my all white outfits, because that is my monochrome outfit of choice. And since then, I've just been wearing it non-stop. It's super cute, it's super practical. Again, it's not too big, it's not too small, it has a removable strap. But most importantly, the color is absolutely amazing. As you can see, even though I bought it for my all white outfits, the color is not white, it's actually off-white, and that is what I was talking about before. It doesn't have to have the perfect shade, but it has to have some kind of the same color family, and this one is absolutely stunning. And because the shade is just a little bit different, I think it makes outfits just a little bit more interesting as well. And now to the complete opposite, we have to talk about pop of color bag, because with a monochrome bag we wanted something that would blend in with our outfit, but then with a pop of color we want something that stands out, that makes it just a little bit more fun and a little bit more interesting. So if you think about a very simple outfit like jeans and a white t-shirt, or maybe you have black jeans and a button-up, something like that, if you think about a very simple outfit, ask yourself, what kind of handbag would you love to wear with that outfit to make it pop, to make it just a little bit more interesting and a little bit more statementy. For most of us, we probably already have the favorite color that we can just envision it's gonna look amazing with simple basic outfits. That's why I named this a pop of color bag, but it's quite possible you're not a colorful person, so in that situation, don't worry. You can also think about different materials or embellishments that would make this bag just a little bit more unique and a little bit more special. If you remember before when I was talking about crystals and pearls, or even velvet or metallics, this can be your chance to play with that, even if you decide to keep this bag in a neutral color. But then the second important criteria we have to think about is versatility, because we're picking 5 bags only, so we have to make sure that the color we picked is gonna work in every situation and in every season. So realistically, think about which color you cannot get enough of. It doesn't matter the weather, if it's warmer, if it's colder, if it's rainy, if it's sunny. Think about that and pick the one that is most versatile to you. And as you know, my favorite color is the coral shade, because it just makes me so happy. I love this color so much, and this Basil handbag I would get again in a heartbeat without questions, because it has a thicker strap, top handles, and really nice shape. I can wear it both in the winter with thicker coats, but then it's also cute enough and small enough for my summer dresses. As for the color, I know for some people this may be just a spring and summer color, but for me, I don't really care. I love it so much I can wear it the entire year, and I even recently added a coral scarf so I can wear it even more. Also, in case you're a matchy person, because that used to be me in the past, and I remember when I had a colorful bag, I thought I had to have items in my wardrobe that match that color, so a belt or a pair of shoes or some other accessory. But honestly, you don't have to have anything colorful in your wardrobe in order to have a colorful bag. That is the point of a pop of color bag, because when it comes to the coral shade, the only other accessory I can think of is the new coral scarf, and then I also have coral nail polish, and that's pretty much it. And now to the bonus point, in case you feel one colorful bag is not enough and you want to have a little bit more variety, I have another colorful option. So instead of just having one bag for the entire year, you could pick one for spring and summer and the other for fall and winter. And for me, you probably already know the choice is this Polene Un Nano again in this gorgeous red shade, because I love this shade when it's just a little bit cooler outside. I also have again red nail polish that makes it so easy to wear. I have red details in my scarves. In case you cannot narrow it down to just one color because you really love colors, you can pick two and you're gonna still have a minimalist collection. If you want to see my entire minimalist handbag collection, I will link another video to watch right here. Thank you for stopping by today, and I will see you next time.